If you like what you hear in this podcast and want to help us keep the lights on, then you could support us on Ko-fi for as little as a £1 one-off donation. The links are in the episode description. Thanks for your support. This is Skipped, the show where we tell you, in our opinion, which of your favourite albums are truly unskippable and which ones belong in the skip. I'm Mike.
I'm Rob.
And this week, today, whatever time we exist in at this point in time, you and me listening, and you and me in the room, Rob. This time we'll look at... I don't know what that was. We're talking about...
Stop trying to be philosophical.
Listen... I need a new outlook on life because this week we were listening to Plus, which is the debut album from Ed Sheeran. I shot my load very early with that, didn't I?
So let's get into it.
Shall we?
So Plus is the debut album from Ed Sheeran. Mm-hmm. It was released back in 2011 on Asylum Records and Atlantic Records, and it was considered his commercial breakthrough. From it, he had 6 singles. Damn, a lot of singles.
That's a lot of singles.
Starting with the A-Team, which peaked at number 3.
Is that like half the album?
Pretty much. You Need Me, I Don't Need You, which peaked at number 4. Lego House, which peaked at number 5, and also had Rupert Grint in the music video. Then he released Drunk, Small Bump, and Give Me Love, which all charted within the top 25. And worldwide, the album has sold more than 4 million copies, even though it did get a lackluster review from Metacritic of 67.
I am not looking forward to this episode. Well, no, that's not true. I'm looking forward to getting this episode out of the way. Oh, who wrote in with this suggestion, by the way? I forgot to say.
So this was written in by Emily. She said that this is one of the first albums that she remembers listening to and loving.
Okay. Emily, I am very sorry for everything I'm about to say.
I've listened to this album in the past, so this isn't my first listen to it. My view on this album has changed as I've got older. That's how I'm going to look at it. Looking at the scores from different publications, like we like to do, overall, this did get a very lackluster reception. It got a 4 out of 10 from the NME. It got 2 stars from the Observer. It was 3 out of 5 for the Daily Telegraph. And the Guardian gave it 3 out of 5. The Independent gave it a 4. Yeah, so overall, very, very mediocre release considering how many top 10 songs the singles managed to generate.
And not only that, I know a poor person just goes to Wikipedia to get everything. But half of this Wikipedia article is the tour dates. And
it was a big tour.
He toured for, what, I want to say 3 years off this one goddamn album. And the start of the tour is in very small academy venues, and the end of the tour is Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wow.
It's something of
quite the growth.
Yeah, something of a breakout happened here. I remember this album being everywhere.
Well, it was... See if you remember any of the other albums from the same year.
Okay.
So this battled against 21 from Adele.
Yes, obviously remember that being everywhere.
4 from Beyonce. Weird year for numbers.
Yep.
El Camino by the Black Keys.
Oh, great album.
Great album.
Yeah, really good album.
Wasting Light by the Foo Fighters.
Oh, hang on. Is that the one with Wheel on it? Wheels, whatever it's called.
I think so.
Yeah, the follow-up from Echo, Silence, Patience and Grace. That was the last good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ceremonials by Florence and the Machine.
Oh, that was the same year as Ceremonials. We nearly did Ceremonials for an episode.
We nearly did, yes.
Yeah.
But we got swapped to... Lungs instead. Bon Iver's self-titled album, and Making Mirrors by Gotcha.
Somebody please request that album for this show. I need to talk about Making Mirrors. I need to talk about Making Mirrors. I don't get an opportunity. This is my opportunity to talk about stuff like Making Mirrors, right? And I need to take this. Somebody write in. I would like to hear Mike talk about Making Mirrors by Gotcha, please.
Well, what we can do for the odd episode is we'll set each other an album that we haven't listened to before. I've never listened to that other than somebody that I used to know. So at some point, I will happily sit and listen to that album to see what I think of it.
I won't even make you listen to that fuck-ass anxiety version of it either, so that's good. Truly, like, I know like music lives on sampling, right? But truly, that is just somebody else singing over the exact arrangement, because that's a flamenco guitar song arranged into that track. It's so good. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about Ed Sheeran. We are here to talk about this goddamn orange piece of shit. You said that your opinions of this album's changed over time, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I felt pretty strongly as a kid that it was somewhere between fine and bad. And I have only soured on it as every year has gone on.
Yeah, I'm in a similar sort of boat. When I was younger, well, this is sort of the heyday of music for us, isn't it? When like music became widely available to listen to. It was like when streaming first sort of started and we didn't have to worry about buying CDs, stuff like that. It's like
I think it was back when free Spotify wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I think I remember having free Spotify in uni, which would have been at this point in 2011.
Or Deezer, when that was actually still a thing.
Deezer Nuts, I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like the heyday of streaming, and I think that's why this performed so well, because 2011 was when that sort of came to fruition and people actually could listen to music whenever they fancied, rather than having to go up buy a physical CD, rip it, obtain it from other sources, which we will not specify for legal reasons.
Thank you for never questioning us, iTunes.
Yes, this was always called blah.
I definitely have an album called 01.mp3. I definitely have that.
And it's got a really like out of tune version of Heartbroken by T2 on there.
I had this is completely off topic. I had obtained from other sources Editor's album. It was their third album, and genuinely halfway through the lead single Papillon, you just, because it was just ripped from somewhere, you just went do 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 do, and they just went like that as loud as shit, and then went back to the song.
Well, there was a famous one with Stone Sour, you know, the off-child of Slipknot. If you had an obtained copy on the track Through Glass, it'd get to a certain part and you'd just go for like 10 seconds.
Oh. Like, did the song cut out?
No, the song was playing in the background, but there was just a really high-pitched note over the top of it, so you couldn't actually hear a verse. Or there was another one as well with Kids in Glass Houses, where just a quarter of the song was just not there.
Oh, shit. I
will state
it's a fun time
that while I know about these obtained albums, later in life, I have purchased every album that I've ever obtained. So I had a legit copy to make up for it.
So do you have a legit copy of Plus by Ed Sheeran as well?
No, because I stream this. I listened to this on streaming solely.
Yeah.
I mean, any album that I obtained as a child or was given as a child, I bought a physical copy to support the artist.
Excellent. Good work. Well done.
Got to make up for it. Got to build that karma back somewhere.
No. Would you be adding this to your physical collection anytime soon? No.
No, thank you. So... The reason that my view on this album has changed is I remember when I was younger and Ed Sheeran was everywhere on SBTV with a bunch of grime artists like Lethal Bizzle, and they were actively promoting him on the come up, saying, look at this kid, he might be a white boy, but he's got rhythm, he can rap, and he does a damn good job of it. And I remember listening to him and being like, oh yeah, he's pretty decent, to be fair. If he did this, it'd work. And then he kind of turned into a pop star, which fair enough. He's a great writer. I can't hold that against him. He's talented. He's created some of the best songs in the world, even if it has been sued by countless artists for plagiarism and then won the cases. It kind of irked me that the people that propped him up at the start just kind of disappeared into the ether, and he never brought them back. So yeah, it's just one of those. I mean, Nando skank is where the height was. And for Mike's sanity, we have decided that every time he gets a bit overwhelmed by this album, we're going to just come up with a random fact about Nando.
We're just going to read Nando's trivia just to cleanse the palate.
So, Mike, did you know that Nando's originally launched in the UK in 1992? So that is 33 years with its first branch in Ealing.
Wow, we're as old as Nando's.
So back to it.
We're as old as Nando's in the UK. Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
So,
So why has your view changed?
my view has changed because I've seen Ed Sheeran live, but not for this album. I saw it for the follow-up, which I believe is called Multiply. And I didn't mind Multiply as a record. I thought there was some halfway decent lyric writing on it. But I would say 90% of the reason why I even entertained seeing him live in the first place was the person I was seeing at the time. We won't dox them, but those who know me, like you, we gave this person the charitable nickname of the Poison Dwarf. And she was mad into Ed Sheeran. And I say this with... No, I don't say this with any good graces. The kind of music that Ed Sheeran writes for, especially on this record, is exactly the person that the Poison Dwarf was. Surface level. Just basic. Saccharine. Devoid of depth.
The sort of person that when you were at school would rip the absolute living shit out of you for listening to a certain music style, and then would grow up 5 years later and make that their personality.
Oh, sure. The owner of a Jane Norman bag. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That level of...
Oh my God, why are you wearing skinny jeans? Why have you dyed your hair black? 5 years later, black hair, skinny jeans going, I am a goth. No, you're not.
Nope. They may be selling Nirvana t-shirts in Primark, but you have not listened to a Nirvana track.
I just love this metallic font.
Yeah, metallic font. Fucking hell. Just... I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper, right? All I'm trying to say is I think Ed Sheeran writes music for a specific kind of person, and that person is not particularly emotionally deep, because these songs I don't feel are emotionally deep. I felt like there was something going on in that second record that was speaking to something bigger and better, and I think it had that kind of reflection of, other artists have done it fantastically, and Ed Sheeran has just done it, but has that reflected on the idea of this being bigger and expanding and the dark side of fame. Didn't have this on this first record, which is why it is just, as I see in my local supermarket all the time, 12 cheesy singles. And some of them just are incredibly grating. At the time, I hated them. And going back, I hate them even more.
Oh, wow.
And I think there's also just a lot of misconceptions about some of the songs that have just irked me over the years. I think it's the small bump thing. Oh, it's about a child he never had. It's not about his child. It's about his friend's child. Oh, it's about a miscarriage. It's not about a miscarriage. The only thing that people got right is I think there was a bill in Ireland. I think they were doing a bill on abortion. And it was used by the people running the kind of the... I don't want to say pro-abortion, but you know what I mean? The pro-choice people as kind of like a point to say, we need to share these stories. I'm like, yeah, it's not his story, though. And you know what it is? It's the fucking One Direction effect, right? And it's I wrote this song specifically about you, undeterminate female of this age bracket that buys music, and it's all about you. So like half of these songs is just, oh, you're a girl, you enjoy these things. It could be about anybody. It's so general. It's so basic. I need a Nando's fact.
But did you know that in 2010, Advertising Age magazine named Nando's one of the world's top 30 hottest marketing brands alongside Tatanamo, MTN, and Natura?
I haven't heard of any of the rest of those. That makes me feel better.
Okay, I'll give you another fact then just to make it better. In 2018, American-based recruitment website Indeed named Nando's as the UK's 6th best private sector employee based on millions of employee ratings and reviews.
We're just doing PR for Nando's in the middle of this album review.
If you want to sponsor us, Nando's,
we will take that black card.
We will just take anything he throws us. I will have a bottle of Piri Dip and some hummus. I'm easy.
I will do an ad read for you for exactly one
wing.
Pitta.
One wing is all I need.
One wing. I'll take a Fino Pitta. That's all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
This genuinely sounds like it could be an advert, and I'm worried about that. We're not sponsored by Nando's. I need to point that out. We need to dunk on them so people know that we're not advertising about them. Why do you keep turning the ice cream machine off? There we go. That's all I can think of.
So loud.
You're a bit expensive for 4 bits of halloumi. There we go. Should we talk about the best songs on the album now?
I mean,
It's going to be hard, but we can try.
I know that you're not a big fan of Small Bump,
Nope.
but I just thought it was a nice song. I wasn't listening to it as if it was a song about abortion. I was just taking it at face value, just being a nice little rhythm.
Did I say it was about abortion? It was about miscarriage.
Sorry, miscarriage. Yes, you did say that. Sorry, I just heard wrong. Yeah, I didn't mind that song. I thought it was quite nice. I didn't mind Drunk. It's an alright song.
Yeah.
And,
well, look at us.
And
praise.
The A-Team. It's alright.
Yeah.
Like, it's just they're alright.
The highs of the album are not high. I will say this. I don't think at the time I remember not minding Grade 8. Grade 8? Grade 8. I remember not minding it. And on my exactly one listen through of the album, people who listen to the show will know that I try and do multiple. I got through one, and that was a struggle. Grade 8 still is fine. I think it's got a decent-ish chorus. The instrumentation isn't too bad. I'm really plumbing for praise here.
So
I will. I'm not finding it.
Looking back, so with this album, it was very different to much of what was on the market at the time. It was an emerging pop artist that was just a man and a guitar, no backing track. Someone could use a loop pedal if he wanted to, and turn that into a lot of his music going forward. And it went against the grain of what was popular at the time. As I said, the sort of things he was up against were like the Beyoncés and like really well-known female entities. So he was battling in a sea of women to try and get a bit of dominance. And he did well for himself. He's just a softly spoken guy who can sing, who can write well, plays guitar really well. Like, trying to learn any of his songs on guitar, you're going to struggle because his chord progressions are incredible. And looking at it from a musical point of view, the songs work so well because he's so technically talented and can write them well. But it's just listening to the actual lyrics and trying to get invested in them, I just can't, because it wasn't my type of music. I love acoustic music. Growing up, Damien Rice, Cannonball, Blower's Daughter, incredible songs. Yeah. And it feels like this was a more modern interpretation of Damien Rice and some of the other acoustic artists that were really big in the early 2000s. Kind of like Keane without backing band. I can see why he got so popular, and I can see why some of these songs are so well loved. A-Team is just nice to listen to.
Despite the subject matter.
It's one of those, like...
It feels like I feel like this is what this album does, right? Multiple tracks. It tries to find the most rose-tinted version of something that's actually quite tragic and dark, but doesn't actually get to the matter of why they are tragic and dark. Like, the A-Team is a great example of this, right? So it's everybody knows, A-class drugs, A-Team. Yeah, we get it. Go mad for a couple gram, all this. And does not communicate. It's not even trying to be a clever dichotomy, right? It's not even trying to be like, it's quite a jaunty little plinkly-plonkly song about somebody in, regression from hard substances. It's not even that clever to put those two things against each other. It's just, he's very good at writing plinky-plonky guitar songs and wanted to write about something slightly edgy and real and kitchen sink. So maybe... And this is why I've had to question myself about why it is I don't like the record, because I really struggled to find anything I liked about it. And I thought, okay, is it because I don't like, quote unquote, real in songs, right? The kitchen sink effects. I'm like, well, I don't think it's that, because, I mean, I don't like Oasis, but they kind of do a little bit of that. But I really do like Pulp, and Pulp do that across their whole back catalogue. This idea of music about the working class for the working class. That's not the problem. Then I'm like, okay, so I don't like acoustic-y art. I don't like soft songs. I'm like, oh, well, you've already brought up Damien Rice. I think he's very talented. But I like acoustic music, and I like acoustic guitar music. Like, I've got a couple of albums by a Canadian acoustic guitar player called Antoine Dufour. It's just no lyrics. It's just entirely guitar work. It's so good, and I would listen to it back to front. So I'm like, right, okay, so I just don't like pop music. And I think at the time that might have been the case, but I'm trying to expand those horizons now. And I gotta say, some of the stuff that's coming out now, stuff that went against the grain and before it got popular, stuff like Billie Eilish, for example, I've got a lot of time for that. All of these elements that going into this, it's not a specific thing about Ed Sheeran that I dislike. It's the culmination of, it is all of these things, but the emptiest, shallowest version of each of them. Because when people do all of those elements to the extreme, or do them with some degree of, I don't know, I keep saying depth, but I don't know how else to say it. Make a statement. This is soft music for the background scenes of Emmerdale. It's not anything more than that. Can we have a Nando's fact, please?
Well, we can have a Popeyes fact now.
Oh, a Popeyes fact. We've swapped restaurants.
We've swapped brands. Popeyes, if you want to sponsor us, we're fine with that too. So Popeyes was originally called Chicken on the Run in 1972.
Sounds like a great film.
So, going back to Ed Sheeran,
Yep.
I think I can characterize why you feel that way about his music.
Okay.
And that's because he sings about these crazy things. He sings about substance abuse. He sings about like miscarriage, stuff like that. But as you say, he's telling it from other people's perspectives. He's singing about it without experiencing it. He's admitted later on in life, like later songs they released, where he sang about breaking his leg. He didn't. He broke his arm. Genuinely.
Why would you lie? That's such
And he
a
said,
stupid twist.
I changed it because it didn't fit in with the song.
Right.
It broke the arm, didn't fit in with the song, as well as broken leg.
Right.
So if he's going to lie about something like that, he said like he was in the field smoking cigarettes. Man was playing cello in a private school. Like,
yeah.
He's a ginger guy that grew up playing classical instruments, which is why he plays a nylon string guitar and not a steel string guitar, because he's trained to play a more classical sort of arrangement. So it's kind of like an imposter syndrome, and you're feeling imposter syndrome for him because you look at the music, you listen to the music, and you go, this doesn't feel like something you've actually experienced. It feels like something you're writing about from some place, but not something that you've personally experienced. You might have watched someone else go through it. You might know somebody who knows somebody, but it isn't coming from you. It's coming from an outside perspective.
So it's fake.
I wouldn't say it's fake. Like, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying it's not him experiencing it. He might not have known the person on the class A's. He may not have known the friend who had a miscarriage. Or, as you say, it wasn't him that had a miscarriage. It was his friend.
I would hope it wasn't him. That would be strange for him.
Difficult.
Yeah. Not impossible, but difficult.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was... It feels... That's how it feels to me. If he's willing to lie about something like breaking his leg,
Yeah.
but it's broke his arm.
If that truly... That's just such a stupid fucking lie to begin with.
Exactly.
But if the goal of that is, well, that fits in better lyrically or with the story that he's trying to tell in the songs, why is it that the story he's trying to tell in half the songs in this is just, oh, we're really in love and you're really unique and really special, just like everybody else?
Yeah.
Like, that's half of this record. So, should we talk about the worst songs on the record? Because that is exactly why I hate these I think there's three.
But first,
I hate in particular.
Popeyes was not actually based on the cartoon character. He was based on Popeye Doyle from the movie The French Connection.
Wow. I'm learning so much about Popeyes and Nando's.
Isn't it great?
I'm really glad I'm tuning into this music podcast for it.
It's so educational. Don't you just want some chicken? Give me a biscuit.
We're not sponsored by Popeyes either.
But we would be.
I would do it for one of those stack burgers.
I'd do it for a wing.
But also their AI drive-through suck dick, and that's how you know we're not sponsored by them.
However, they're biscuits and honey. Oh.
Stop it, we're not sponsored.
Yeah, let's go into our dislike tracks. It'd be interesting to see your view, because I actually only have 2 songs that I would skip.
Let's hear yours, because it's half the album, but there are some that make me particularly angry.
So my second one is You Need Me, I Don't Need You.
Not on my worst list, so okay, I want to hear why.
So for that one, it feels like acoustic diss rap.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, right? Because wasn't it produced by some like rap producers or rap artists? I'll double check that claim, but you tell us.
It's just, you listen to the rest of the album, he's gone a totally pop vibe, and this is why like I kind of dislike this as I've got older. That's what I wanted to hear from him when he was coming out of the SBTV days. I wanted to hear more rap and a better flow from him. I wanted to hear his lyrical ability. But you don't have to, just because it's rap, it doesn't have to be dissing someone else. Not all rap songs are about your ops and like attacks and stuff like that. And like he literally, I think that entire song was just to be edgy, to say I'm up and coming in an elevator. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
up and coming like I'm fucking in an elevator. Oh, ooh, big man.
Oh, big line. I'll write a whole song around it.
Exactly. That's what it feels like. And it's like, you need me, I don't need you. Who is it about? Is this, again, an actual altercation that you've had with a producer? Or is this about somebody else's altercation? Because at this point, it doesn't seem like he'd be willing to step out and say, oh, you've wronged me, good sir. I'm going to write a song about it. It just irks me.
I guess it was released in a different time, right?
It was, yeah.
Before the diss track was like actually really on the pulse of pop culture. Like everybody knows about. I don't know the specifics because I'm just not in that world, but I know about the Kendrick and Drake beef and how that had basically a back and forth of singles releases. It's incredibly lucrative, I tell you that.
And Chipmunk, Bugsy Malone, like there's been really big beefs like throughout the rap scene.
The one who will always be closest to our heart will of course be
Eamon and Frankie.
Exactly, I was going to say Eamon and Frankie.
Don't fuck what I said, it don't mean shit now. But the presence matters, where from my mouth.
That like blew our minds when we were 10. It was like, wow, these people are like
fuck you right back.
It was the same goddamn song.
It was literally a reply.
It was literally I mean, a hell of a marketing ploy, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially with the MTV age and swearing being edgy and cool. Yeah, I didn't like You Need Me, I Don't Need You. Plus anyone that beatboxes just cringes me the fuck out anyway.
Well, even Beardy Man.
When was the last time he was relevant?
I don't know what he's doing nowadays.
Exactly. He's probably Baldy Man now or something like that. But yeah, so tracks that have like beatbox percussion just kind of creep me out. I don't know why. I used to love beatboxing, but when you just hear someone just going like, it's like, ugh, grow up. Get a drum kit, get a MIDI, get a MIDI keyboard, get anything. Like you can still loop it. You can still do all that bollocks where you build the song up and loop it. Just
get a launch pad.
Get it on a launch pad. Do it on a MIDI keyboard. Do it on a drum kit. Do something other than just spitting like into a microphone.
Weirdly enough, that song was produced by two other people. So one by an American DJ and producer from Denver, Colorado, who's worked with a whole list of people. So, like, we're talking people like Flo Rida, Pitbull, Ed Sheeran, yes, is on the list. Black Eyed Peas, Chris Brown. Why did I pick his name out? He's an awful bastard. So, definitely got that R&B, hip-hop kind of back in. The other person that produced that song wrote Germany's entry for the 2010 Eurovision Song Contest that won.
So, could you say that he needs them, they don't need him? He needs them and they don't need him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Him.
Yeah,
it's almost like there's a different song there, isn't there?
It's almost
like he's talking about not needing people and then having two people produce his song.
Yeah, funny that, innit?
Yeah.
Funny that.
My other one is Wake Me Up.
I'm so glad you said that.
That song is just a really shit poem that talks about Shrek with a really crap, pissy guitar. And it is literally just, I am high. I've wrote this song about food, Netflix, whatever the fuck it's on about, and Shrek. He's just done it to be different, and it's just so crap.
I would argue it's crap. I agree with you. And I will say, up until like last episode, we said that the worst song that we've had to review on this show was something from Fantasy Black Channel by Late at the Pier. It immediately got usurped when I remembered that this song was on this record. I hate this song with a passion, and I'll tell you for why. Because, like I said at the top of when the dam broke, and I was like, this is just One Direction, but for a different person. It is exactly that. It's just everybody likes Shrek. Oh, your favourite movie, Shrek. We've watched it so many times. It's just that It appeals to that woman who's not like other girls, who is like every other girl.
I'm literally reading the lyrics, and it makes no fucking sense. It says, and if your DVD breaks today, you should have got a VCR, because I've never owned a Blu-ray.
True say.
What the fuck does that mean? Even if in this hypothetical world that she owns a VCR player, does she own Shrek on VCR?
Yeah, you can't
if she owns a Blu player, did Shrek come out on Blu-ray?
Yeah, but you could play the DVD in a Blu-ray player, but you couldn't play it in a VCR.
But the DVD's broken.
The DVD is broken.
But it's the DVD that's broken. Even if she had a fucking VCR player, she wouldn't have been able to play a broken Shrek DVD, would she?
Remember, I just thought it was the DVD player breaks, not the DVD itself, and now I'm just picturing
if your
Ed Sheeran
DVD breaks,
shoving 2 arms of a broken disc into an old tape player. It's quite a strong.
Why is it not rewinding?
Isn't that such an allegory for him misunderstanding how music works?
And like, he's always been shit at computer games, and the brother always beats him. And if he loses, he'd go across and chuck all the controllers at the TV. No, you wouldn't. You're a soft little bitch. You wouldn't do that.
But it's that thing, right? It's speaking to that particular person. This is why I love you so much, because your family's slightly dysfunctional, just like everybody's family. And you really like old movies from your childhood, just like everybody does. It's that Bo Burnham shit. You know when he did? Have you heard Bo Burnham's repeat stuff?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I love your arms with their bluish, brownish, greyish colour. Like that. It's that. It's just say things.
It's just say
someone can go,
absolute bollocks
yeah,
that somebody at some point around the world
will go, well, that's me.
It's me. Oh, he's talking about me.
Yeah.
I love Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek is so good.
This is who it's for, and it angers me so much. And it's just so like it's got this slow piano in it as well, and it's just so overly sweet and saccharine, just going, I just really had to tell you how I feel because I really think you're nice and all this. And like, there are so many ways that we have done love songs. Again, that was the other angle, right? Maybe I dislike love songs. I'm a married man. I don't dislike love songs. It's, you know, we had a first dance song. It was the Arctic Monkeys with the John Cooper Clarke poem, but, you know, that's because I'm edgy and cool. Not in the slightest. But it's not the fact that it's a love song that's the problem. It's the fact that it's a love song to nobody. That is the problem.
He didn't write it for a particular person.
No.
He didn't write it based on a particular person. And if we go by the logic that he's lied about other things in other songs, is this a whole hypothetical situation?
I think it's got to be right, because then one of my other worst tracks on the album, and I'm hoping it's one of yours, is Kiss Me. And it's just the bare fucking bones, right? It's just, oh, I'm in love, so we should kiss. That's it. Literally it. That's the song. That's the fucking song. Just, isn't it great being in love and kissing? Like, yeah, it is. Well done for finding the one thing that everybody with any degree of human connection shares. Anybody who's ever had a relationship will understand that point. Well done on drilling down to the absolute bare bones of your message. Well done for not complicating anything about the romantic experience. Well done about not making art for someone for the sake of making art. Can we have a fact about Popeyes?
Yeah, sure. So
Thank you.
I'm going back to Nando's.
Oh, okay.
So Nando's was originally called Chicken Land.
That's such a shit name.
But if we go back to what you were just saying about love songs,
yeah,
if you want to compare this to somebody that put their heart and soul into a love song that has been like celebrated around the world, compare it to John Legend's All of Me.
Now
He wrote that as a love song for Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
she thought it was that beautiful that she wanted him to release it to the world. And it is a beautiful song. And he wrote it from his heart for her. And it is the lyrics are a bit corny, a bit cheesy, but he's wrote that for her. And she couldn't live with herself just having it for herself. It was written for a person, but other people could see it being about themselves. Where Ed Sheeran has wrote this for insert random person, not even saying man or woman, just Silhouette. This is for Silhouette who loves Shrek and doesn't own a Blu-ray player, because who the fuck owns a Blu-ray player? Like, that's the only thing you got right, Ed. But it's all over now. It's fine.
It's all over. Oh, God.
But yeah, Kiss Me as well. sorry, going back to Kiss Me, I forgot that we'd skip songs. It's just bland.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of bollocks saying nothing. Like, it's so loudly saying nothing.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense. It's like screaming at the top of your lungs that you have lungs.
Yes.
We can hear that you have lungs.
Yes.
Great.
Kiss me like you're falling in love. Oh, really? I hadn't considered that.
I'd rather do it beneath the milky twilight, to be honest.
Good song, right?
Great song.
Great love song. Actually specific about something. Identifies a specific area and time period. Speaks about the actual relationship and the circumstances around it. Not just, ain't it nice to be in love? Ain't it nice to be kissed? I can't. Even if it was that jaunty, I'd probably like it a bit more. But it's this breathy fucking, like, it's sung in the same tone as like somebody who's never had human interaction would talk about human interaction, right? Like, I imagine, I am not a woman, I have not lived through this experience, but I tell you, for one, I know people who've been that person, and it's the person who writes a love song about the first person that they've ever had any interaction with, and then gets overly fucking obsessive about them. And it's written in that language. It's so fucking creeper coded, and people lapped this shit up, and I don't understand how we got here.
I don't either. But did you know that Nando's buys all of the bird's eye chilies grown from African farmers?
Okay, cool. These are starting to get less and less interesting. The Chicken Land one was pretty good.
Let's find a better
Chicken Land
better
is
link.
such a base ass name.
I like how Popeyes had a very similar name as well.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Is there anything even remotely worth saying? Very quick, just because I don't like it, but I don't have enough to say about it. I think UNI is just such a lame fucking track. I just think it's so just, oh, you and I broke up over UNI. Oh, yeah, and it's funny that, like, if you were to go into a new stage of your life, that perhaps some degree of your life may change. Oh, cool. We really plumbed the depths there. Thank you, 16-year-old classically trained prick.
So, Tyson Fury, the heavyweight boxer...
This is going places.
Has had the highest calorie meal recorded at Nando's, with coming in at over 10,000 calories.
At a Nando's?
At Nando's.
Isn't the whole point that it's like, it's slightly better for you than other fast food?
Well, it does serve up more than 500,000 chickens per year.
We're not sponsored by Nando's. How many times
so what can you get for 25? No,
that's enough.
I'm not. Yeah. But yeah, UNI didn't like that one.
Nah.
It was just a whole lot of bollocks again. There's a lot more artists out there, and their earlier work, in my opinion, it should be more highly regarded than this. Ed Sheeran went on to have a really illustrious career. He has made absolute mint. He's got his own guitar line. He's got the biggest house you could ask for. His neighbours hate him so much that they all moved out so he can make this Ginger Wonderland.
Ginger Wonderland.
Hopefully he invites me. Maybe not after this review. We'll see.
Oh yeah, because you are Ginger Brethren.
Yeah, I am Ginger Brethren.
You are basically Ed Sheeran. Did you know that? You're basically, because you're a ginger man.
Please don't, because I'm a ginger man that once had long hair and played guitar.
Yep.
Everywhere I went, it was, oh, it's Ed Sheeran. Like, no, that's really unoriginal. Unoriginal.
Ginge. That's your new stage name. Unorange Ginge. It could be Ed Sheeran's new stage name as well.
Damn it! Not again.
Excellent.
Please don't call me Ed Sheeran. But yeah, there's his later work is, in my opinion, much better. And I think some of his later albums, where they are a little bit more focused or a little bit less wishy-washy, this could be about anyone, are better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not going to say he wasn't a good performer, right? But I'm talking about him like he's dead. I wished he was. No, I don't.
No.
When I saw him live, I'm not going to say he's not a competent performer, because he is. I'm not going to say he isn't a confident person on that stage. And the loop pedal stuff, it does work. And if you like that sort of thing, I just think there's like an apex in his career where he was doing more interesting stuff with some degree of depth, and before he just became
commercial bollock.
Let's pair him up with Justin Bieber, or before everybody got too sick of Shape of You and stuff, all that. There was a time where I was kind of like, I sort of see it. I don't know how people saw that from this record, because I just think it is saying a whole lot of nothing, and that whole lot of nothing is not even really much of a footnote other than this was the Shape of You guys' first one.
The thing that I don't understand and will never understand about the whole music industry is that this album as a whole had a mediocre response. It sold a lot of copies, but it was from critics. It got relatively median reviews, middle of the run. So how did it have such high singles? Surely, if it's that much of a median album, then it shouldn't have charted so highly with its singles, considering that half of the album was released as singles. It just doesn't add up. So something somewhere doesn't add up to me, and it's just
there's two schools of thought, right? People like middle of the road crap because they understand it. People like the same flavors. There's a reason why McDonald's is so prevalent. People like bland shit. That is one school of thought that we just we get what we deserve. The other school of thought is, as you've said, it's all fake. This whole image that he put forward of, I was couch surfing and playing small venues to 10 people, and I just got there by pulling up my old bootstrap. No, I reject that. I think you hit the nail on the head. He had people who absolutely soapboxed him, and those people are people who do not appear on his records, which is disappointing. He came classically trained. He came from money. He is not the... he might be a nice person, but he's certainly not from a poor background guy who had nothing, has had all these horrible life experiences, but sees a glory in them. That the songwriting and the instrumentation and all of the rumours about this album will make you believe. It isn't that. It's 12 engineered slow pop songs, and that sold well. There's very little else to it. Is it a great footnote in history? Should it go in the skip is kind of what I'm asking here. Yeah, chuck it in the skip. You don't need this. You don't need music of this low of a caliber to be held up, put on the pedestal, preserved for
celebrated.
All time. Celebrated. This will date the recording this episode, but was it last week or the week before the final Black Sabbath concert? But it bears kind of understanding that music, whilst not for everybody, was the creation of genre and is important and is a milestone. And it's that kind of domino reaction through time. If we wouldn't have all the music that me and you two were into a kid if we didn't have Black Sabbath. We wouldn't have Black Sabbath if we didn't have the Beatles. We wouldn't have had Beatles if we didn't have Buddy Holly and blah, 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 blah. All that back through time. And I'm like, what wouldn't we have if we didn't have Ed Sheeran?
The Nando skank.
The Nando skank, and that is the only significant contribution I can think of.
There's a lot of songs that we probably don't know that have been credited to him. As I say, he's an award-winning songwriter. He writes songs for other people as well. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say that as much as you. I'd say there is probably a lot of things that we would have to attribute to him and like celebrate him for. I would just not say that this album's one of them.
No. So it's going in the skip?
I would also say that it is going in the skip.
Hallelujah. We're done with it.
So, it's not something that I'd actively choose to listen to. However, there are more songs on this album that I would turn off in an instant than I would listen to. And the fact that there's one song that I'd skip is enough for it to go in the skip as per our rules.
As per the rules, yeah. But I'm just happy to like I said, one listen for this show. I am happy to never listen to this album again. I truly think it is one of the worst ones. Like the last one was at least trying and failing at something. This didn't even have the try. This wasn't do or not do, and it certainly wasn't try.
Well, let's round it up with a random McDonald's fact. So McDonald's has Hamburger University with campuses around the world with over 80,000 people graduating with a degree in hamburgerology. And with that, I think we can put Ed Sheeran safely in the skip.
Yep.
Pour some kerosene in there for good measure.
Yep.
Although it won't take much. I mean, he is ginger after all, so he'll burn pretty easily.
Magnifying glass will do that.
So, just to round off this episode, I'm going to come at you with a track of the week.
You are?
So, I've found a new song, actually, that only came out relatively recently.
That's always nice.
And it is quite a fun song in a similar ilk to all the love songs that we've been talking about.
All right.
But in a different way. So it is a track called Not the 1975 by an artist called Knox.
Oh, now he's featured on Bill Murray's records.
So you will know his voice from a couple of Bill Murray records. If you don't know, me and Mike are huge Bill Murray fans. Give them a listen. They need it. They deserve it, I should say. But this guy has written a song where he's trying to impress a lady, and she just says, I appreciate your confidence, but you're not Matt Healy. Essentially, that is the entire song. So he goes up to the DJ at the nightclub and asks them to play different songs by the 1975, and she just rejects him every time, saying, fair play on your confidence, but you're not a member of the 1975. And he goes, that's all well and good. I might have failed this time, but I'm just going to put you in a song one day when I'm famous.
That's interesting.
And it's a real story. It's probably a real story. It sounds more real than some of the bollocks that we've had to listen to on this album.
Yeah, right.
But it's such a fun song.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take itself too seriously, which is what music should be about. Not everything has to be so damn serious all the time. Take yourself lightly. It isn't that deep, bro. Stop beatboxing.
Stop it.
You're a 30-year-old man. Stop beatboxing.
It's a different lesson, but just don't beatbox.
Please, sir, stop beatboxing.
Sir,
Put the guitar down. You promised the world that when you had a child, you'd stop making music. You did not live up to that promise.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Put it away.
Okay.
But yes, on that tangent, don't forget that if you do want to put your submission in for an Skippable album, then make sure you send that to...
It's skippedpod@gmail.com. That's SKIPD. You don't use that E. skippedpod@gmail.com.
And hopefully, all being well and good, we'll have positive things to say about your release. Sorry about this one. Sorry to you, Emily.
Yep.
We had a good listen. There's just too much about this album that I don't enjoy, so it has to go in the skip, unfortunately.
Yep. And it's deserved, and I don't say sorry. Bye, everybody!
Bye-bye.